You meet Green Carl? Oh, just the Kilimanjaro safaris. Guys, Carl, where'd you take us? Oh, just the Kilimanjaro safaris. Well, it's very cool. Hey, let's ride it.
Hey everybody, friends, that means welcome, so welcome aboard.
Alright, car rolls, here we are. Oh, you don't get why we're here.
Wash your hands and feet, friends. Alright, taste on awarded. Now, friends, as we say here in Harambe, Twin Day, that means let's go. Now, jump back there, everybody. Hello, hello. My name is Lexi. I'm going to be your guide out there today on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, friends, if you're excited for a safari, throw your hands in the air and say, woo! Alright, now that's what I like to hear. And friends, this is a photo safari, so go ahead, take a moment to get those cameras, cell phones, anything you're using to take pictures out and ready. But make sure you are holding on nice and tight to anything you might want to keep with you. It can get a little bit bumpy out there. And with that, friends, make sure we do stay fully seated the entire time as well.
Okay.
That's for your safety and, of course, for that of those around you.
Hey, Carl, you seeing this?
Way, we are starting our journey in the little Ituri forest, and actually over to our right, I already see an animal over there. Now that's an okapi. Yeah, hanging out just in between that tree and the bamboo. Now, friends, the okapi, really awesome that we're able to see it so easily. It's a very shy and reclusive animal. It was actually so good at hiding that the okapi was unknown from the Western world until the year 1901. It was thought to be a mythical creature because of how rarely it was seen.
Wow, Green Carl, this is so cool. I know, that's why I brought you guys here.
We're going to make our way over towards a watering hole. Now, watering holes are excellent places to find animals that are hanging out, relaxing, maybe grabbing a drink. Now, this is where animals really like to socialize. Let's see, not seeing a whole lot of
I think I see something.
It's gotta be a hippo. Just yet, but that's okay. We're going to make our way a little bit deeper into the forest. Now, as we do, make sure we're looking behind every leaf, every bush, every tree. Just like that okapi, a lot of the animals who live here really like to hide. And not seeing too much going on, but that's okay. We're just gonna make our way, I guess, out of the forest and over towards the Sapi River Valley. Now, friends, the Sapi River is my favorite place to go looking for Nile hippopotamus. But hippos, they like to spend a lot of time underwater, so they can be a little tricky to spot. But basically, if you see anything that looks like a giant potato with legs, well, it's probably a hippo. Now, they do like to spend a lot of time under the water, like I mentioned. They can actually stay fully submerged for up to 8 minutes before having to come back up for air. So those hippos, they can or even take a nap under the water if they really wanted to.
Alright, here I might see some hippos. Some Mr. Hippos. Let's see Mr. Hippo. Let's see Mr.
Left. If you take a look up on the island, I do see a whole bunch of pink-backed pelicans. Ooh, but friends, down to our left. Just below the surface of the water, there's a hippo down there. Deep below the surface. Yeah, take a look. Kind of looks like it's swimming around down there, but hippos don't actually swim. But make sure we're fully seated for me, friends. Fully seated for me, friends. Hi, guys. I need everybody sitting down. Animals, we're not fully seated. But those hippos, one of the largest and most dangerous animals in all of Africa. They chase their prey in packs.
Oh my gosh, I saw that hippo, Green Carl.
I saw it too, Carl. Yeah, like I said, one of the largest and most dangerous animals in all of Africa. Now, they grow to be about 5,000 pounds. They're extremely territorial. That means that they're very protective of their homes and of their families. But to our left, some more dangerous animals. Those are Nile crocodiles down there. Nile crocodiles, they grow to be about 16 feet long. 16 feet, that's about as long as a giraffe is. But like I said, very dangerous. Now their jaws have enough strength to completely crush the bones of their prey. They bite down with about 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Well, let's see here, friends. Is this anybody's very first safari ever?
Yeah.
Any first timers on board today?
do cupcake
Yeah,
count?
all right, awesome. Do I have any returning safari goers? Maybe your second, third, 50th time out here? Yeah, sound about right?
It's
All
my
right.
10th out. It's my infinite
Well,
time.
welcome aboard, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me. We are going to be heading over towards the savannah. But before
We're
we
gonna
get
see
there, to our
Star.
right, we're passing by a baobab tree. Now, the baobab should
Oh,
look
Carl.
pretty familiar, hopefully, to all of you. And that's because
Carl, are you
it's
excited?
also referred
Yeah.
to as the Tree of Life. Now, we call the baobab the Tree of Life because of its ability to hold lots and lots of water, up to 10,000 gallons per tree, which is really nice because then by the time the dry season rolls around, animals like elephants and antelopes, they're able to poke their tusks and horns into that baobab, using it as an additional water
Whoa,
source.
whoa.
So they don't really have to go wandering around looking for any streams, ponds, or rivers that have potentially dried up.
Oh my gosh, there's a giraffe over there. You guys can't see it, but there's a giraffe.
Let's see here, friends. Officially entering the savannah. Now, this area is home to a lot of Africa's really popular animals. All those like elephants, lions, cheetahs, and giraffes. So hopefully we'll...
Where's the hyena? Where's hyenas? Where's Shenzi Bonzainid?
That's what I said.
I know. Shenzi, Bonsai, Ed. Oh, come on, where are these hyenas? This is the second time they didn't appear.
I'm not seeing a whole lot going on over to our left. But that's alright. We're going to head a little bit further ahead because I think I do see, it looks like 2 different types of animals coming up. Now first I see some sable antelopes. They're out to our left, kind of at the
Oh,
foot of the
there they are.
hill.
They're sitting over
laying
there.
down in the shade. Now those are sable antelopes. Sable antelopes are the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve because of their need and duty to protect their family. Just like the hippo that we saw, they are very territorial. Now those sable antelopes, they do use their horns as a self-defense mechanism. They're arched backwards, and that's just to help protect them in case any predators like a lion were to jump on their backs. But also to our left, laying down a whole bunch of white-bearded wildebeest. They're the dark gray animals over there. Now, wildebeest should look familiar if you've ever seen The Lion King. Just like in that movie, they really do travel in very large herds. At a single time, there can be up to 1.5 million wildebeest migrating together. And yes, you did hear million. They're the second largest grouping of mammals in the entire world.
Wow.
To ourselves. But let's see, to our left, a couple of giraffes. Now friends, these are Maasai giraffes. We can tell by looking at their spots and looking at the pattern. Now they have a very messy pattern. Their spots kind of look like puzzle pieces that won't really fit together. Now the giraffes are the tallest land mammal. They stand about 16 to 20 feet tall. Now for such a tall animal, they are going to have some pretty tall babies. I did spot a baby over there. It just crossed the pathway. We'll get a pretty good look. But friends, baby giraffes, when born, they stand about 6 feet tall. They're able to stand up and move around all within an hour after birth. So they're very fast learners. But they're pretty tough little babies as well, given the fact that their very first experience in this world is about a 6-foot drop straight down to the ground. But it looks like there is a giraffe that, oh, maybe not. All right, well, just stop. Looks like it was gonna cross the road, but friends, we're gonna get really close to this giraffe here.
Oh my
To our
gosh!
left. Now you'll notice that some of the giraffes, oh, it's sticking out its tongue. Take a look at that tongue, friends. Now a giraffe's tongue is about 3 feet long, and it's prehensile, which means they use that tongue kind of like a built-in fork. They can reach up into the trees, wrap around, grab and pull down all the leaves.
That's
And now that
disgusting.
tongue comes
That is
in
disgusting.
handy because they spend about 20 hours a day eating food. Springers. I wish I could do that. But also to our right, looks like into the air from a standing position and 13 feet forward with a running start. To the trees. Now, spending 20 hours a day eating, you might wonder, well, when did the giraffes find time to sleep? Well, they only require about 30 minutes of sleep every single day. And instead of taking one long 30-minute nap, instead, those giraffes are going to take a whole bunch of short 5-minute power naps. And they'll probably do it standing up.
Oh my god, what are
But
those?
also to our
It has
now,
such
those
big
are
horns.
Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle are very valuable animals. They were used as a symbol of wealth. They were also given as gifts, more specifically wedding gifts. Now looking at those horns, they are huge. They can grow to be about 6 feet long. And those horns serve a really important purpose. They help to keep the animals cool. They have a bunch of blood vessels on the inside. Their blood filters through, helping to lower their body temperature. So, those horns, they kind of work like an Ankoli cattle's very own personal air conditioning unit. Alright.
Road closed.
Let's see. Does anybody know how much an elephant can have quite a few tusk marks in it? Now, looking at the baobab trees, they look a little different from the other trees that are here on the reserve. They look a little naked, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because in order to conserve, remember, the 10,000 gallons of water that they hold, those baobabs are going to stay leafless for about 9 months out of the year. And with that, the baobab, or the tree of life, can also be referred to as an upside-down tree. Looks like all those roots are up at the top.
This is the tree of life thingy. Oh, flamingos.
But to our left, hanging out down in the water, I do see what we call a flamboyance of flamingos.
Ducky.
Now, a flamboyance is how we refer to a group of them. More specifically, those look to me like greater flamingos. They're the
Ducky.
tallest color from their diet of brine shrimp. So the carotene in the shrimp that they eat, that's what's going to turn them pink.
Yeah.
But if you happen to notice any of them standing up on one leg, I see a whole bunch of them down there, actually. Now, if you've ever wondered why flamingos do that, well, you're not alone. Scientists are still kind of wondering the same thing. They haven't really figured it out just yet, but their best guess is for temperature regulation. So I kind of like to compare it to, you know, when you're laying in bed at night, you're underneath all your blankets, you get a little bit too warm, so you kind of just kick one of your legs out from underneath to cool down. Well, same thing those flamingos are doing, just trying to regulate their body temperature. Ooh, but to our left.
Rhinos.
Now those are white rhinos over there.
But they're like,
Now friends, white rhinos, they are huge. Those animals over there, they weigh about 5,000 pounds each. Now over to our left, just below the palm tree. Now a 5,000-pound rhino, incredibly agile, of 35 miles per hour, into just about anything that's standing in their way. And friends, a group of rhinos is actually called a crash. So we're looking at a crash of white rhinos. Now they're hanging out next to that mud pit. Actually, the rhino all the way to the right does have a whole bunch of mud on it.
that's the
Now they will use mud as a, if you look in that far left corner, there's 2 of them laying down right there.
2 cheetahs.
Now you see those really skinny trees? There's 2 skinny trees over to my left in that left corner. Just behind those trees, yeah, 2 cheetahs.
See,
Now cheetahs are the fastest land mammal. Their speed of 60 miles per hour. They go from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. So very fast. Up on top of the hill, there's a small brown antelope with a long white face. Just kind of laying down up there on top of the hill. Now friends, that is a bontebok. Kind of tricky to see. Now bonteboks at one point in time were critically endangered. Walking by, thought they were super cute, decided to keep them. So we rounded them up, put them in a field close by a fence. He shut the gate, not knowing that bonteboks aren't able to jump. Their legs just aren't built that way. So they couldn't jump over the fence, they couldn't escape. They repopulated, and now one farmer saved their entire species.
Well, good job, farmer, who saved those
But over to
species.
our warthog laying down.
Pumbaa!
Yeah, now Pumbaa doesn't actually mean warthog, it means foolish one. But that's alright, we'll roll with it. But yeah, laying down just kind of looks like a hairy rock over there. Now friends, warthogs, they are one of, well, they're the world's largest burrowing mammal. They'll make their own burrows, or they'll steal some that have been left behind by others. They back into their burrows, leaving their tusks pointed outwards. That way they can defend themselves. Top of the hill, I see a scimitar horned oryx. Now the oryx gets its name from the shape of its horns. It's just laying down up there, thought to resemble the Middle Eastern scimitar sword. Now that oryx over there, friends, it looks a little different from all the other animals that we've seen today. It has that bright white colored coat. Now the oryx is a desert animal. It uses that color to help it go 9 full months without taking a single sip of water. 9 months, friends. I can barely go 20 minutes without taking a sip of water. The sun or the rain, you never really know what might be going on out there on the reserve. These animals really like to keep us on our toes, and I'm sure my returning safari goers can vouch. Hakuna Matata, no worries, movie today. But here in Africa, we hate saying goodbye, so instead I'll leave you with Kwaheri, which means to go well. So Kwaheri, friends, go well and go wild. Wilderness explorers, you've been riding the Simba Wild.
Yeah!